Now it's time to get to know one of the new faces here with the Saluki basketball program. Davion Sykes joins us. Davion, thank you so much. We appreciate the time. What's life been like in thriving Carbondale so far here for you?
Life's been interesting. Coming from a college town to, kind of another town it's a bit of switch of scenery, but I'm adjusting and I'm liking it.
It's one of those areas where it's hard for maybe sometimes fans that are saying you guys don't get a lot of time outside of basketball in the summer, a lot of it, and that's why you're here early. But just the initial thoughts, what have you enjoyed of being a part of Coach Nagy and his team and his program here in Carbondale so far?
Man, I love everybody. Everybody kind of, has the same mindset, wants to win. We kind of already have one goal, and that's just winning. Just building the habits to win right now is really a big thing for, Coach Nagy. And, as a team, I feel like we're kind of doing that, and, we're taking steps, to build those.
The portal process is different for everybody. Mm-hmm. It's unique. It can sometimes be very quick. It can sometimes be long. What was the process like for you overall in terms of really trying to navigate it and seeing what schools were best for you and what would fit best for you?
Man, so early on, I got hit up by a lot of schools. And then, they kind of just disappear within, like, a couple of days and even, like, a week. And then they'll come back up, like, in another 2 weeks. So the portal was a lot, it was really up and down and very confusing about, like, who really wants me. There's a lot of people, calling my agent, calling my dad, or, like, calling people around me who are in my circle, talking about they want me and, that they're offering me, want me to come out and visit this and that, but I'm not getting talked to. Yeah. So it was just very weird, in that aspect. Just trying to see who was kind of real genuine. And then, when Coach Nagy called and Coach Hawk, when they reached out, it was kind of, I could kind of feel it, feel the genuine and, just how they were talking to me and, what they wanted me to come in and do. So, just knowing, that and kind of having, their word and, them keeping it was just, let's do it. So.
How difficult of a process is what you describe, Davion, of finding out the genuine side of a program and of coaches, especially in this situation where maybe no Coach Hawk, Coach Nagy, but it's new program taking over, of course, majority of a new team. Yeah. What are those values that, whether it's being genuine, other characteristics you look for, who did you lean on? What were some ways that you tried to make sure that you could figure it out the best way you can in a short amount of time?
Man, so knowing, because this is basically my second time in the portal, coming out of high school, you basically are in the portal.
Yes.
But, so I have 2 more years left. I'll be a junior. And just kind of, I was leaving a good situation, to try to find a great situation. Just the fact that, just really, taking your visits and kind of, hearing out people and, actually, like, pushing them and asking the deep, tough questions, like, you have to ask those. Because you can't be scared to ask, certain questions and then you get left out in the blue and then you won't know, if they're real or not. So, just having, asking those tough questions and, them just, responding right back with, good answers, the answers that kind of, what I was looking for, it just really seemed, genuine.
You always want to make it a specific decision for you. You want to make the best decision for yourself. I know there's a connection that you obviously have with Drew Stephie as well and the Stephie family. Describe that connection. How long have you guys known each other? And then just the ironic part of you both were looking for a place to land.
Yeah, no, so I've been knowing Drew probably since, I want to say, 3rd grade. So I was always playing against Drew growing up, almost, every weekend. The amount of times we played against each other is crazy. And, just knowing him and his family and, that they decided here and talking to him, his family as well, through this process was kind of a big thing that I also leaned on as well. Just knowing that, somebody that, I grew up with, they trust somebody real deeply. And just knowing that they trust them, and then, I trust Drew. So just kind of having that connection, it's like, why not just lean on them? And I know, coming from his situation, from Texas Tech and where they moved, and they're coming out here, so it was just, it was just a big thing, and it's all about trust too. So, I just really trusted him.
Brought it up with Jared Hensley in his interview earlier this week of when you look at how the current roster is, Davion, it's not very often in the portal age where I feel you get a lot of balance. And it's where you have guys who have got some college experience, some who don't. Either sometimes just how rosters are made up. Maybe you got a lot of seniors, maybe a lot of veterans, not a lot of younger folks, and a lot of younger guys that are making their way through. What have you enjoyed of really being part of a team where you got a good chunk of guys who have been around the block? You're one of them. You played for 2 years at Texas State, to some new guys that are coming in as freshmen that are young and trying to learn their way.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting because, like you said, we are balanced. And from an age standpoint and experience standpoint, which is, good for a team. So, I mean, I'm really interested in, to see how we're actually going to do. I'm really confident as well because everybody kind of seems invested in this little piece, that we're going to call winning. So, just knowing that we all, right out the gate kind of have the same mindset and, everybody's coming from different situations. Everybody, we have freshmen coming in from a high school. So it's just, just kind of putting, the big title winning and everybody having, that one mindset goal, it really means a lot. So, I mean, I really think we could do this.
It's a bit of a cliche, but it gets said so much in not just basketball, in any sport, and it's you can't put a price tag on experience. For you, with your 2 years of college basketball experience, where has it pushed you to grow the most?
Yes, I think maturity, just having, kind of just maturing my game and, just playing a lot of different types of competition. I mean, just leaving Texas State, the experience that gave me, throughout my ups and downs out there, it just leads you and, it builds you up from maturity. And I think, from leaving there, I'm just kind of taking, a mature standpoint in a sense that, I have the experience coming into this team. And just trying to use that to guide everybody and, help everybody with, the experience I have because, not everybody may have it. And I don't know who does and who doesn't, but, you're just trying to kind of be an example for everybody, to show that, I have the experience and this is kind of how you do things. So
I'm sure, Davion, there's areas where you've always evolved, but there's probably always aspects of your game that have been a consistent strength. What, regardless of where you've been, regardless of your age, what's been something that you have always felt has been a strength for you when it comes to basketball?
Basketball, I think definitely using my voice, being a leader, that has always been a strength of mine. Being able to, kind of, be a glue guy for a team, just being able to get a team together, get them hyped for a game or, just talking to everybody, kind of putting everybody in the right spots or just kind of being a person, that, they could look up to for, lead by example or a leader of voice. So I think, that aspect I'm bringing in, from Texas State will be a big part because, not a lot of people are, able to lead or maybe they don't even know how to lead. But I've been put in position to where, I've done both. So I think, just bringing that into this team, will help us.
There were many guys where first day, and it's the first day, and there's a long way to go throughout the summer, but when you walk into a gym and you just see you guys, you were one of them that probably like, wow, very impressive just in terms of your size, your athleticism. You can only see so much on paper. Then when you see you guys in person, it really felt like you guys were gelling well from a basketball standpoint and a skills standpoint. What can you bring? What are the things you are hoping that you can be a huge asset to the team this year?
I feel like I could bring a lot. One, definitely being a voice, but also, Coach likes to play fast. I'm a person that loves to play fast, so, I really excel in transition. I think, being able to, bring that to the team and excel in transition, having this team, we could push the ball and we could run. So I think in that key aspect, I excel getting to the rim. I excel at getting to the rim. One thing I'm trying to add to my game is a three-point shot. Didn't really shoot it well my first 2 years. But I think this year, I'm ready to show people that I really can shoot the ball. So, just kind of adapting coaches, offense and mindset. I feel like I'm a very coachable kid. So, just adapting those traits, I feel like, it's going to be good, for me.
Everybody says or hopes to be what you describe, Davion, as being coachable. What's the key to being coachable for you? What's always been the consistent of this is what makes me a coachable player?
I think being coachable is just you kind of have to listen. Kind of just have to listen and act upon, what coach is asking for you. You're not going to get everything right. You have to have patience as well. But, yeah, you're not going to get everything right. You're not going to do everything, 100%. You're not going to do it like it's never going to be perfect. So just being able, to give that effort and show the coaches that, you're actually trying, I feel like that's being coachable. So you're actually just wanting to, get everything right, is being coachable.
You guys, so far, a good chunk of the summer has been focused on what you guys want to accomplish defensively. You got more today as we record this on Thursday, got more a little bit into what Coach Nagy wants to see offensively.
Mm-hmm.
But defensively, again, it's been a consistent talking point with everybody, but what's the optimism of what you guys can accomplish as a group defensively just because of all the attributes that each of you bring?
Yeah, no. So this year, we are actually really long. We have a lot of length everywhere on the court, almost in every position. So, I think just being able to switch would be a big thing for us. And I think if everybody just buys into the defense, I'll say right now I'm struggling a little bit, because it's a new defense. So I'm used to, kind of playing high in gaps, and right now, I'm playing a little more gap than anything. So I think if everybody just, kind of switches their mindset and, actually want to learn the defense, we'll actually be really good because, we have a lot of length. So, being able to play in the, use our hands, on the ball and off the ball, we get a lot of deflections and we'll be able to get out and run.
Coach mentioned it multiple times today to you guys. It's from the standpoint when you move the ball, you're going to get really good shots in the offense that Coach Nagy and the system and the motion that he likes to run. Well, as you encourage Davion of the system and really the style that Coach Nagy wants to play, other than it's just going to be fast.
Yeah, so, he wants to play motion. Motion is kind of offense. I played it in high school. In high school, it was kind of a motion offense, and it worked real well with that team. So, but for the past few years, I kind of been running sets. So I think, kind of getting back to my roots, I guess, a little bit will be really fun. And I feel like motion offense kind of works a little bit, too, because, it's very unpredictable. You kind of just reading off your teammate. You're not really reading the defense or anything. So, you're just playing out there. There's no pattern to it. Everything is really just free. So, I think it's going to be great.
So much, Davion, and maybe this isn't the right question to ask you, but there's so much that's made about the game of basketball now where it can be almost somewhat positionless depending on where you're at. So make up, man, do you have a true point guard? Do you have some of these true positions? When you look across and you look at your teammates, what has you encouraged of all of you guys really have specific abilities and ways to where it doesn't really matter where Coach Nagy's going to place you guys. You guys all have the skill sets to be able to fill important roles across the board.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely agree. Just playing with the guys, you can kind of tell, everybody's skill set, is good enough to push the ball, handle the ball as a point guard. And I think, going into this, we are going to be, really positionless. If Coach really wants, to run a point guard position, it'll probably just be to run a set. But other than that, I feel like everybody, could push the ball. I'm already starting to trust, the team and pushing the ball and getting out because, I like to get out and run. So if, I got to build that trust early instead of, trying to get the ball and do it myself. So.
I know everybody is anxious to see what the full schedule will be, but one of the scheduling news came out, of course, being able to be in the Field of 68 tournament or the showcase to start off the year against Charleston. It will be the first college basketball game of the whole season to start off the year, which is going to be an awesome opportunity for you guys. What's that mean, Davion, to know that you and your teammates, you're going to be that 11 a.m. game, you're going to be the first game of that Field of 68, and to have an opportunity to start off not just your seasons, but to start off the college basketball season?
Man, it's really exciting. Very anxious to get to it already, but I have to slow down.
No doubt.
Yeah, I definitely have to slow down. But, we just got to work our way to it. Like Coach Hawk says, you don't have to be game ready now. You got to be game ready on November 4th. So he's been saying that for probably the past 2 weeks now. So, I'm just kind of adapting that mindset that I don't have to be ready right now. Just keep working, keep my head down, and, just be game ready when game time comes.
Coach Hawk and all the coaches will be very proud of that answer. Davion, to be ready come November 4th. It will be here in a blink of an eye, but Davion, it's been great to get to know you so far this summer. Really appreciate the time and look forward to the rest of the summer with you guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.